Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. Episode number 31 coming at you. I'm ImperialJedi, and let's start off today's episode with some much-needed fixes. Oh my goodness, what have I even done here? Well, heat of the moment. We definitely know that I connected to the wrong side. I went to the cargo side by accident instead of the passenger side, eh? Oh, well, these things happen. So I was thinking this could be a really easy fix. What we'll do is just kind of connect to the proper side over here, and then just maybe sneak this one around and most likely underneath. But before I forget, because I probably will, actually meant to do this last episode, I do want to put in a little fix that keeps coming up in the comments section, which is the roundabout right over here. I think we've all unfortunately been guilty of this one. So let's switch it up. But you know, it's maybe to keep you guys, keep you observant, right? Okay, so we'll spin that. That will help tremendously with traffic over here. Definitely encourage people to use the highway much more properly. And then our goal, just to kind of contribute over here too, right, is to fix the trains, bring them in, and then we're going to get another bus going from the train station over here into the airport proper. Okay, so that'll be, I'll say a little bit later on, but we can maybe start with that. But what I want to do after or before, I guess we'll do it after. What I really want to do is add some more height to the skyline here. We've got a beautiful, just like well-zoned, perfect area right here. It's going to be next to the big rail yard. Should add some extra height here, I think, right? So I think what we could do is zone in some office, and then we can specialize the district by using the IT cluster. And if we maybe sneak around, I don't know how we can really do it. Maybe a level crossing, as crazy as that sounds. No, you know what? It can't be just because this is going right into the main line. Let's sneak the road up a bit and go underneath. Either way, I want to have a little bit of action on the other side over here, just so we can get just difference in heights of building. Almost like we're kind of going from like a really tall density and scaling downward, so it's not just so abrupt. And I have a sneaking suspicion we can probably get like one or two of the unique buildings in. And then I was thinking, remember saying last episode too, I really want to get the Central Park in. Maybe we can do that over here. I don't know. Still, I have that on my mind, so we'll see how time goes here. And then I would like to fill this out a little bit more. So there's just so much to do. And I don't know if I have time to get one more episode in after that. I might have to wait for the next round, you know? Okay, well, let's just get what we can done. Or, you know what I mean. Let's just do what we can do. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so I'm going to grab rails, and let's just get her done here. Okay, so I guess the simplest thing to do would be to run a rail corridor like right next to this one, kind of like symmetrically in line, so it looks kind of fresh. And that way your passengers and your conductors and engineers, they can wave at each other, you know? Okay, so let's get, if we can, the heights to cooperate. 'Cause that's a little bit, how do you wave at your neighbor if you're too tall, right? So we'll bring that back down. And bonus points, we do get rid of that, you can just ever so slightly see it. That weird blue hole into the world there, you know? Oh, and someone else was commenting in the comment section. Yeah, I feel like our save file is a little bit cursed or something, eh? Because every time we switch around, the trains are different. And I did actually look into that too. I was looking at the save file just before I booted the game just now, and I don't know what assets are enabled to make that go. Because I went into my content manager, and I went through like assets and then like filtered it by enabled. I got no trains running, so I don't even know where these are even coming from. So, save file's cursed. It's the only thing that's haunted. That's all, you know. That's it. That's all I can make of it. Unless it's quite the hill here. This is kind of like, yeah, unfortunately what happens when you accidentally introduce assets. Get a little bit of the ghost in the shell kind of vibe. Oh well, yeah, we can work with it, or we can complain about it, right? And I'd much rather work with it. Okay, so we're sneaking through. Much to my pleasant surprise, that actually made a tunnel on its own. That was actually kind of cool. I was not expecting that one. Thought I was going to use the movement mod to fix that after. Let's keep the tunnel. Why the heck not? Actually, that's kind of nice. I was going to change this over to be an elevated little bridge section right here, but no, it's not too shabby. Okay, now, it would be nice to be able to get like trains coming in from both directions. Maybe to help alleviate some of the traffic on the other side. And the other side can probably just be like a one-way in. But at least trains from the region can come in and like turn around. So let's follow the curve. And we probably want to sneak in around here where this kind of goes in before the bridge. It could be kind of expensive to like double up the bridge in this case. Okay, that works for me. Yeah, like, where are half these trains? I don't remember downloading any of these ones. Where are you coming from? I've definitely downloaded Canadian trains. I think I have some British ones from, like... No, but that's not even true. I unsubscribed from those. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's haunted. Okay, so a nice smooth curve through here will result in a faster use of the interchange. That's a good curve. Okay, just fix this slightly. It's not too bad. I feel like the height's a bit weird here, though. Okay, just one last little curvy motion. There it is. There it is. And the old Mark 1 eyeball check here, just to be safe. Yeah, I like that. It's clean. It's cool, the water tower and actually the power lines going overhead. And then, yeah, I think just coming from like the curve of this, where it kind of meets this height, we can make the old intersection here. And you do want this to be long enough, especially because we're using the custom trains by accident, to accommodate a train. So if you're in vanilla, you want this to be long enough so that one train can kind of hang out here and not really block the main rails. Because what ends up happening is if you make these too close together, if one of them wants to kind of swing a left but is being blocked by the other guy waiting to swing a right, and then there's someone else coming in, like, it just becomes a mess. So make things bigger than you need them when you first start playing this game, I say. Okay. Ooh, that turned out to be very nice. Bring that height down. Nice. Okay, then just a matter of just, yeah, angling this so it looks nice. And guys, great suggestions for games to play in the future too, because I really am trying to branch out with this too. So I think we'll be doing some Surviving Mars. I saw Transport Fever show up. I was a big fan of the original. I play Transport Fever 2 on stream sometimes. I'm just not very confident to do like tutorials in some of these games. I feel like a lot of my traffic and stuff is just like, it's tutorial in nature, you know, because I'm not very consistent, which is pretty bad. But I'm trying to fix that, you know. We've all got our New Year's resolutions that we make in March, right? We do that. So I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to think of like cool games. And so I want to play games where it's like, maybe I'm not the best at it. But that's kind of like something I'm trying to like get over, you know? I want to, when I play games, to kind of like, yeah, give this like tutorial style approach where it's like, you know, it's approachable. You can do it too kind of vibe, right? The Bob Ross approach, as people like to say. I like that a lot. So yeah, I feel like I got to get good at some of these games before I record them. And then sometimes I just don't get good. So I get very self-conscious, which is so silly when you think about it, right? And even this game, I don't think I'm fantastic. I think I just have like a lot of hours in it, you know? Okay, well, enough about that. Let's start building. What did they say? You are your own worst critic or something like that? Okay, so we'll connect these two. And you know what? Slope-wise, I'm going to keep that. That is nice looking. Okay, so that solves that end. And then, yeah, just over here, we just need to connect over to that track. I almost did it. I had it, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. In the heat of the moment, you forget everything that happened. All the other episodes, all the comments. Surprisingly managed to fix that roundabout. But I do similar things in my own series, you know, it's nothing new. It happens to the best of us. Okay. And then, yeah, same principle idea. Oh, you know what? This is not a connection point. I thought that was. Never mind. But I was going to say, to just keep enough room for a train to kind of hang out here. So I do see a lot of people, they'll comment that they just don't really use trains anymore because the region traffic becomes a little bit too much. You know, all the junctions are full. Looks kind of silly, you know, so why use trains, right? And I'm with you there, you know, less is more sometimes with the trains. And you can also make like cool networks of little one-way track segments. Kind of force the trains to do their own thing. Like, who are you? That's a beautiful looking vehicle, but like, where did you come from? It's like a tram from Eastern Europe or something. Oh, sayonara. Okay, one day we'll figure this all out, right? Okay, I always wonder why I have no time at the end of my episodes. Okay, so that's good. That's the train fixed. Next we can do is get the bus going to the airport itself. And something just kind of caught my eye right here. I know this has kind of come up in the past as well. I actually have a thought on how we might be able to, you know, fix or improve this little stretch here. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's maybe, yeah. Let's start some stuff here. And again, I'm not really trying to do too much traffic solving. I just sometimes can't help myself. Okay, so I have an idea here. Let's do a 2 + 4 for this bit. And then we'll do a 2 + 3 for that. And then, you know, I know it seems like sometimes counterproductive, but I am going to introduce a couple of lights here a little close, maybe a third. And my reasoning is I do want to be able to have some breakpoints so that if traffic's backing up on the highway, we still give them a chance to like come in and do their jazz, right? As well as over here, right? This could get a little bit too fast, the flow, and then just no one can get off the highway, which is, you know, that's not helping anyone, right? And then, I don't know, it's part of this delay because we don't have enough lanes coming through here or enough exit points. Let's just watch this for a second here. I'm not sure if I actually have made things better or worse. But I'm trying to do some simple lane mathematics so we have a bit more outflow from the highway itself. And then potentially if we can get more people using this and just exiting faster through here, we can get this going a little bit more quickly as well. So yeah, I think the key to it is maybe to add an asymmetrical road coming through here. I just love the way these old road looks though. That's a toughie. Okay, what does that look like? Maybe just that first stretch, because a lot of people want to go through here and turn right. And then, you know what? I think because the intersection here can handle it, maybe we'll try turning that one off. Best of both worlds there, eh? Okay, well, I feel confident about that. Put on 3-speed for a second. Yeah, it's basically allowing more volume through here. That seemed like it was the issue. Okay, cool. Okay, now on to some buses. So we'll just go ahead and grab a bus, get into our view, and toggleable whiteness is really cool. You can just turn this on and off. So when you're in this view and you want to just, you know, see the color scheme of it all, but still see what you're trying to work with, that's what this is for. Really cool. But then sometimes, like me, I forget to turn it on and off and get confused why I can't see stuff underground, right? Okay. Now, it would be nice to get a bus through here. But we'll maybe save that for the next round. We'll see whoever has this this area. I feel like I'm already being a bad boy over here, right? But this, you know, it's part of our train planning, right? So let's give one option. You know, this is probably going to be our downfall right there. If I add a bus stop this close to the highway, so we'll leave that be. You know, maybe if you live here, you can just jaunt across really quickly. Okay, and then we're pretty much just going to the airport. Dropping off at the same spot here. Encourage a bit of line sharing if we need to. Hopefully not create too much traffic with that. And then just, yeah, sneak on back to the small town here. Cool. Easy as apple pie for that one. And then, like I was saying in the previous episode, like this just kind of helps like bring more people into the transit network. Because if you live close to this train station, odds are you're going to use it. But if we were to do something simple like a bus network through here, how am I going to do it? Oh my goodness, I feel like such a bad guy. I'm working in an area that's not mine, you know what I mean? All right, well, I guess we can call this a collaborative effort, you know? So what I want to do is just have some simple transit running through the city here and encourage people that say live on like that end to maybe give, yeah, transit a try. And they wouldn't do it unless there was, say, like a parking lot or a convenient way to get to the train station. And so a bus route should hopefully accomplish all of that. And so we'll have a route that just pretty much serves the city. We're going to do a nice little loop through here. And we'll do one transit network for like one bus route for each side of the city. Sorry, each side of the street. Wow, words are always tough with me, guys. I don't know what it is sometimes. So we're going to hopefully not create too much traffic going through there. Maybe we'll go through this one. And then if we create a pedestrian crossing, so we can get people from, say, this bus stop over to here, that'll also help a lot too. And so, yeah, this just covers one direction. So if you live, say, like right here, and you wanted to go, like, you know, over here, you have to take the whole length of the bus route. That's not very effective, right? So we'll have another route that's kind of the same route when you think about it, but just doing the other side of the street. And now we just made the city much more attractive to people who don't have a car. Okay. Is that one? Oh, there it goes. And who doesn't like seeing buses go around, right? Buses are beautiful. Okay, so that's that. And let's just put in a quick little pedestrian crossing. See if we can... Oh, that'll look great with the hills if we do this properly. Okay, so some symmetry. We got the anarchy on, so it'll be easy for them to cross over. bring this up. And we're going to lose one building, but eminent domain in the name of serving the public, right? And we should see people right away using that. That's great. Okay, so we'll fix the slope so we don't see the grass poking through as much. Or not. No, actually, I may need to introduce one more node into this. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. So it's not as dramatic. Cool. And then we'll put a couple trees in there for some shade. And we'll chop this up for the greater good right here. So sorry, person who lost their storefront. It was worth it though, I promise you. The citizens are very happy. There. That's nice right there. You know what? Let's just go a little bit crazy since we're at it. Done. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so that's nice. We got connection from the trains. The hillside goes here. We got buses. We got buses in the city itself too, so that's a nice little improvement. And you know, we have created a little bit of traffic through here. I think we all kind of saw this coming. So what might be a better solution would be to force this into one-way traffic. And I don't know at what point it connected. We might still be able to do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to move one of the bus stops over. Oh, no, you know what? It is that way. Okay. Well, I'm going to let this run its course. We did just throw a whole bunch of buses on it. By the end of the episode, it may sort itself out. And if not, oops, we'll may have to move one of the stops over. But hopefully I remember to check on that. But I think I've got faith that it'll be okay. Just want to make sure we're on top of time. Okay, so over here in the main part of the city, I want to do some offices, deal with some of the demand. And I was saying before, what we could do is try to use an IT cluster for the zoning. And when done correctly, we end up with like a few nice tall buildings in the middle. And we can make it seem like we've got, how do I describe it? It's almost like tiered density. We're going from like medium to like to high to like really tall density. So I think it adds like a really just a nice little bit of uniqueness to the skyline. Makes it feel more realistic too, I guess. And it does break away from a little bit of the vanilla monotony, even though we've got tons of custom buildings in here by complete accident. Okay, so we're gonna just do a little quick implementation of that in here. So we'll cut out part of this, and you'll see what I mean. This kind of helps flow from density heights. So not all the buildings, just a little bit of loose shape through here. And then I want that one to be a specialized zone. So right here, IT cluster. And so these ones in the middle will come in taller. And I was kind of thinking we could maybe sneak across here. Like, I don't think traffic's really all that bad. I know this is like preposterous, but I kind of want to have a level crossing right through here. And then, you know, we can observe traffic, and I might just add a little bridge, I guess, to maybe help a smidgen with it. Let me see what that looks like in a second. I take that back. I don't know. I see another train. I don't know. Yeah, let's just try with the bridge. Forget the level crossing. I think maybe downtown that's asking for trouble. You can do level crossings effectively if you give some bypasses, but we got to be careful with the room that we're given right here. Not a lot of it, you know. Okay, so let's bring a power line across. Cool. Yeah, look at that, eh? Nice tall buildings in there. You can see taller generically than the rest of the assets. So when you're looking at it from a distance, now your skyline's got a little bit more uniqueness to it, a little bit taller views. That's that je ne sais quoi to it, you know? I like that. And it's a staggered height. That's kind of a cool thing. Okay, so what is an asset we could maybe pop in over here? Oh, actually, no, the museum downtown might be nice. Oh, yeah, actually right next to the train, too. That's nice. So another thing that would be really beneficial through here would be a pedestrian bridge to get people across from the train station. So let's throw that in so they can enjoy the museum thing. Let me just switch this over. These things are distracting, aren't they? Okay, synthetic dawn it is. Okay. So let's try for some symmetry, please. just had that a second ago. There it is. And with the power of the movement mod, we can just adjust any of the heights we need to, of course. So yeah, always think about the walkability score. Seen that last episode too. Just like in real life too. Anything that can be done to like leave the car at home, that's good. Because traffic, it's a byproduct of big cities, and it just kills productivity. You know, delivery vehicles and stuff have a hard time getting around. Like, you don't want to spend an extra hour of your day in traffic getting home, right? Nobody wants that. That's no good. So give your people options. Let's switch this for some commercial. Some variants to the buildings, got some different options for zoning too, you know? Okay, that's looking nice. Very simple too. And yeah, just like a little, where do we get it in though? You know, we'll maybe come back to that. Let's put in some trees. Keep that a planned little forest. I think some of the most effective cities have that like forest, city within a forest kind of vibe. So when you zoom out, it just feels like the city's in a nestled little pocket of it. And yeah, something else we could definitely put into the bigger part of the city here is some government-style buildings. This little area here carved out might be nice. I feel like I'm all over the place right now, eh? Oh, speaking of all over the place, by the way, James, this is a random one here. Josh and Joe say hey. I was talking with them in the actually I'm talking with Josh in the comment section. Tell me about you. So I appreciate the long-time viewership, man. So a little shout out to you. Thanks for being here. Something I normally do too, so I don't want you guys to like flood the comments and be like, yo, say hi to me now. Hello, everyone. But yeah, I just had suddenly thought of that since we're all over the place. Okay, now the goal would be to use something that's not a custom asset, just something from the game itself, and pretty sure most of these are custom. Okay, the Central Park, I do want to use that one. Don't think we have the room for it over here, though. Yeah, so government, like legislative buildings. What can we find that looks like that? I know from the European set that we actually have quite a few things that'll be really appropriate for that. Just a matter of finding them. Yeah, it's like a city hall. We could use, what do we use the Find It mod? Oh yeah, here we go. So that could be a nice plaza to go here, next to the hospital, close to the main arch right here. I almost said squire. I'm like, what are these words sometimes? You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Can't help but smile though. Okay, so that's nice right there, especially with the plaza vibes to it. And then what we can do, just for some really simple detailing, because I keep overlooking that, you know, I'm trying, but at the same time, I'm being a little bit lazy. So why don't we throw down a double walkway. One of them will be dirt, one of them will be concrete. And then we can put a simple fence in between, and just throw down some trees as well. Not impossible to do this without mods, just a lot easier when you're using just like an anarchy mod. But if I do overlap it, you can see they will erase each other, so I'm trying to sneak right in between. But pretty much doable only because of the movement mod. Or no, not movement mod, the anarchy right there, I think. I don't know, was it? Half the things I'm saying, I don't even know anymore. Okay, a colored tree would look really nice through here. Yeah, one of these guys here, cherry blossom. So prop and tree anarchy, we'll turn that back on. Nice. Yeah, maybe the cherry blossoms were a gift from like another city over, you know? I'm saying thanks for hosting a county fair one time. Okay, so the flags are our friends. Perfect. And then what do we need over here? Something to sit down and enjoy the view. We need a bench. Okay, so a lot of these assets, you'll find them if you have the Park Life DLC. And if you're, yeah, not using, oh boy, zoomed in too far there. If you're not using any of the special mods or anything, you can still get a lot of this stuff in. It's just tricky to overlap it sometimes because they'll want to like erase each other. Okay, so maybe a couple groupings of these guys. This way you can, you know, stop, enjoy the fountain, enjoy the plaza, feed the birds maybe. Are these symmetrical? Close enough, right? Close enough. It's a thought that counts. Okay, so then what would be another nice government building? I'm not really sure what to search for keyword-wise. We can try government, maybe. Intelligence agency, that's cool. I think that's what I'm after, though. What is this one here? Yeah, government offices. Average garbage piling per building is 40. Ooh, I don't think we can do that. That's a tough one. Especially with the mods we're using, so that one might not be unlocked. Now, interestingly enough, I did think we were using the unlock all, but I guess we need the unlock all plus wonders, that different mod. All right, well, let's just cruise through here and see what speaks to us. These are fun stadiums. I actually don't know how they would work on someone else's save, but once upon a time when the game was brand new, for like a year, they had the commercial rights to sell copycats of like the real life stadiums. It's a weird one. So Match Day is a free DLC. You can download that and get one football stadium, which is really cool. I'm not going to do it just in case I don't know if the other guys have it downloaded or not, but it's a free one, so check it out. And yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to find what I'm looking for, unfortunately. I feel like ahead of time I should have snuck through this and just like written down some notes or whatever. And it's not like these, custom assets wouldn't be available in the save file theoretically. I just don't want to like add to the load time or anything like that, you know. Even though some of these would be great to use. Yeah, what's over here? A monument or something like that, right? Oh, this might be nice. I know it's not winter time, but this could be a climate that gets winter. We could have a little remnants of the market over here, or that could be something in the curve down here, actually. That's nice. I want to say pay no mind to the Christmas tree, but you know, it's out of season, right? It's just fine where that's going to be. Oh, we actually get some Christmas music out of it too? Okay, well, I do love the idea of the market though. So forget the Christmas tree, the stalls will stay, and then we'll connect that to a road. There we go. Okay, a cinema, that'll look nice downtown. In my mind, this might be like an older part. So we have some of the like original buildings, like 1920s, 1930s style cinema would be kind of cool down here. Okay, a department store. That's actually nice to use over here. Where'd our mall go? Oh, there it is over here. I almost want to extend this a bit here. No, let's keep it in this pocket if we can. That way they can kind of compete with each other without getting in each other's way too much. So why don't we put that one, let's say up here. And then we'll throw a bit more commercial in between this. Oopsies. And I would like this to become more pedestrian focused if we can. Turn these back on. Well, let's throw down a little plaza in here. Ooh, that fits beautifully. Nice. And then if we can, let's get a few streets behind this one. Let's go a little bit skinnier if we can. Oops. How'd you get through here, my friend? Oh, you know, this is probably two. Yep. There we go. So we'll keep the great aspect of this, and we'll sneak it through and just do some casual commercial zoning through here, and then maybe blend in some residential. Because you can kind of see here, since we added the offices, our demand has completely shifted, which is fantastic. And then I want to sneak back over to the hillside and just kind of see how that's starting to develop. Since we are all over the place. Kind of tough. There's just so much you want to do, right? And all I want to do sometimes is explore this city. And so I think in the next pass, what I want to do is focus a bit on the cinematics, because like so much wonderful stuff has been built, and you know, it's just tough to kind of keep track of it all. So some cinematics, as dorky as I might be kind of nice, you know, get a little bit of nostalgia. Reminiscent of some of the earlier episodes. Okay, is that a little bit of lack of grade here going to kill us? It's going to look a bit weird, I think. Let's hide it like that. Okay, so housing. It's going to blend a little bit into some shopping, and we'll put a couple plazas in there, help fill that void. And then just to get a bit of height, I'll throw in some high density commercial, a little bit of offices. Oh, you know what? That's not a good spot. No, let's keep that. I was going to do a bit of a blend here with some condos, but I'm kind of worried that the department store itself will be creating a lot of noise. So instead, let's just beef up the parks through here. Because the thing about having condos, I'm sure you guys obviously know this in real life, right? You got to share your backyard with a lot of people. And where is the backyard exactly in your condo? Good question, right? So you want to have some nearby parks so that everyone can kind of have that backyard vibe, right? So let's keep the park dream going here. And we'll, yeah, let's throw in some plazas. That way you can, you know, have your sandwich outside, get some fresh air, talk to the squirrels. Okay, and then we'll put just some places to hang out. So I love this asset a lot. It's from the Park Life DLC. So it's the pavilion. Looking lovely right there. There's this guy itself. We'll have to go ahead and make a city park for that, but that's really fresh in there too. Put one more of these guys in here with the anarchy on. That's cool. And then just a few trees to maybe line this so it looks more like a city park. What's a nice one to use? Yeah, some of these pines. So maybe there was a lot of these to start and they decided to keep some. Actually, you know what? Let's just build this back out a bit. Looks like they kept a few of the trees, didn't they? And then just, ooh, a nice little mix. Oh, I can't help myself. Density. Okay, that's good. Seems a lot of places I need. No, that can be like, you know, kickball or something like that, right? Maybe the dogs can run through there. Okay, so let's leave that. Man, you know what? Honestly, not a lot's been added, but just enough, right? Look at that. That's nice right there. Okay, so really quick, I'm actually just kind of curious to see how the buses are doing over here. I'm sure you guys are as well. Holy hot dog, I have destroyed this area. Oh, no. Oh, we had such good intentions. What have we done wrong? Okay, you know what this is? It's a matter of just too much traffic going through here, eh? So these guys all want to drop off, and then because they can't do it when the cargo traffic's leaving, they just back up, and then the poor roundabout gets backed up. And then coming from this side, we've got too many buses. Oh, for Pete's sake, eh? All right, so is this a matter of maybe moving the bus stops over? Can they even get past each other properly? Not really, right? But yeah, what happens if we have, like, you know, double the waiting capacity? Well, a lot of people are deciding not to take the bus now. We'll kind of see how this goes in a second. Oh my. But the perfect solution to be, like, you know, the end all fix to this would be to add more lanes, right? Or flop the direction to that side of the street, but I don't think that's going to work for us. And then another thing we could do is create like a little bypass for anyone that has no interest in stopping at either airport, just to keep on going. Because they're unfortunately victims to the roundabout traffic as well. Okay, yeah, it does seem to be just like buses at this case. Okay, well, let this run its course. It does seem to be that, like, whenever a plane lands, it does spit out a lot of traffic, which helps create more traffic. So this could just be a little bit beyond our control, given how much time we actually have. This in itself could probably be a whole episode, right? Yeah, we'll just let that be. And, you know, it's realistic. Real life, there's traffic at airports, so hopefully the dual buses will do their job over time. Okay. Since we're zooming out and taking a look at places, how is this developing? Especially now that the trains are doing the proper thing. Okay, and traffic over here looking a lot more manageable. Yeah, the bypass is serving its purpose. A lot of the zoning has come in. You know, I was kind of thinking actually that this looks a little bit odd, just kind of having that one flat wall here of just like buildings with the drop off. So why don't we have like maybe one road that sticks out over here? Just bring this up a bit. And then maybe from like a service building, like truck perspective. Oops, I'm back on the anarchy on. Just so we can get, you know, vehicles turned around a little more effectively through here. Why don't we loop this around? I don't really want to, but I kind of want to connect it to this, you know? So maybe vehicles can go on the outside only. Yeah, something like this, you know? And then, just so we're not being too competitive for space over here, and the intersection should look a little bit less janky as well, let's maybe make that a skinny road. And bonus points if it's a little bit wishy-washy through here. Kind of helps add to the fact that the terrain might have been difficult to work with. That's why the road had to be skinny, you know? Okay, so bring your patience. You could run into some bus traffic, but it's just, you know, in case you're dropping off trucks or whatever, and you can't do a little U-turn in the parking lot. Yeah, turn around and go on through. Oh, sorry, you keep on going. You don't turn around. And there we go. And I think just a bit more trees in here to help kind of fill that in. Cool. Yeah, really happy the way this turned out. Then again, this in itself could also just be one more episode, just trying to like detail a little park with some overlooks and that kind of stuff, but it just feels like time, always fleeting. Getting away from you, you know? Okay. What is something else I could just really quickly zone in here, I wonder? Yeah, over here would be nice. This game, which is always, you know, always a fun thing to come back to. This is probably one of the longest breaks I think I've had from Skylines since the game came out. And it wasn't even like intentional. Like the desk I wanted to buy wasn't in stock, so I had to wait like a week or two for it to arrive. Thought I could build it all in one day. It took me a couple days, you know. So I ended up being, it was like almost to the day, like 1 month away from Skylines. Which is, I mean, that's not very long in the grand scheme of life, you know. But yeah, since the game came out, I've just never really, you know, taken a break. I just keep thinking I'll get to a point where the game will be like, you know, boring or something to me, but it just doesn't seem to ever happen. I'm gonna throw a little bit commercial along here. See how it ends up looking when it zones in. We'll come back to that. But yeah, 6 years old. Blows my mind. Here we are. Rock and rolling still like it's a brand new game. And I swear some days, man, just the way I play and make mistakes, does feel like the first day I'm playing. But that's okay. As long as we're learning and having fun, right? Okay, let's go back to Surviving Mars. Really enjoying that. And a couple of my friends have reinstalled that and asked me questions about it. And I'm such a, like, I'm so newbie at that now. But I'm going to reinstall that, guys. I haven't urged to play it, so we'll see it soon. Okay, back over to making improvements. Oh dear, in the downtown. Maybe you start by keeping the residents that we just borked. Okay. Yeah, thank you for moving in. The pipes will be coming later next month. I cannot believe I played the way I did before, eh? And I didn't even think about it. Wonderful positive comments, though. You guys are very much on board for my my civil engineering upgrade. And that's it. We went to school here. We learned. And what is it like? The next level of this is they're making like corridors underneath, especially the wider roads, so it's easier to get into, like almost like a maintenance tunnel or like a sewer you could kind of walk through that has access to like the internet and all that kind of stuff, right? So you don't have to dig up the road every single time there's you know, an outage or something. That's kind of cool. All right, so a few buildings across the street, so it's just not really like an abrupt end to the density, especially with that bigger building here. And then I did say I wanted a couple plazas in here just to help kind of fill the void. And those should actually overlap nicely, yes. Ooh, I've never really considered doing that before. I think that's great, though. And then over on this side, we can do that little sneaky trick where we throw in a pathway with some fencing. As you can tell, I'm a little bit lazy sometimes. So I'm always looking for that like fine balance between like what looks good, what's easy to do, what's easy to do throughout the whole city, you know. And sometimes, you know, you just zone an area so little, or not zone, you beautify it so little that people almost like don't believe you when you say, oh no, it's just a fence and a tree line. You're like, no, 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 what did you use for this? Oh, it's part of the asset. Oh, okay. Oops, poor game, speaking of assets. See if we can sneak in a few of these trees. Actually, that's not the right one. I'm gonna use, these guys would be nice here. Mediterranean vibes. It'd be a little bit easier if we had the prop line tool going, but that's okay. I remember before prop line tool, when you would be taking like hours and days sometimes just to spell stuff out or do a like a tree-lined pathway. We'll put a little fence behind here as well, I think. Help protect the grass there. People are paying a lot of money for that lawn maintenance, you know? Alright. Yeah, that's not bad. And then maybe keep that unzoned, so we don't end up with those claustrophobic feelings when the whole city starts to build in. Because yeah, the urban jungle, they can kind of sneak up on you, you know? And like I was saying before with the condos, you want to have some green space, you know? You want to have somewhere just to kind of go out and stretch your legs. Sometimes your balcony's not enough, or the, you know, the rooftop patio might be booked. Who knows? Okay, as I ramble, what else can we put here that can zone in the background? All right, so there was going to be a transition to some people over here. It's episode 1 was so long ago. I don't even remember what the plans were. I think we wanted to have some mixed use through here. So I hope I'm not just going through and just completely putting a wrench in everyone's original plans, but that's kind of the idea of the collaboration, right? Like what feels good, you know? Okay, so same idea through here. We can just put in some just some casual fencing, a little bit of trees again. Actually, I like these ones here. Let's do that again.
What does it feel like to drive a cloud?
One of these silliest commercials. I love these ones.
Like to steer a river?
Really are some creative people who come up with the fake commercials. Definitely though, like the what is it, the horse whatever simulator, you know? Buy low, sell hay. That one is great. And then burn bean coffee. That one is just, that's a hoot, eh? Let's see if we can get lucky and find that. Yeah, if that one comes on, I'll leave it. It's like, you know, the age-old Italian tradition of like burning the bean and drinking the bitter bean juice. I think is how it goes. Let me do that a little bit there. I don't think we need to be this much of a perfectionist, but I've already redone it once. Let's get that looking nicer. There we go. And then yeah, just a few random trees. Maybe I'm just gonna casually. Yeah, there we go. A little clicky click. Just kind of helps fill in areas a bit more, I think, especially near the highways. Add a little bit of a sound barrier kind of vibe. And this should help kind of blend a bit more into the forest camp as well, actually, if we keep doing this. And then, yeah, time. It's just kind of getting away from here. I do really have an urge to put another like residential block through here, kind of make almost like a suburb. I feel like that in itself might take another 20, 30 minutes. And it's not like, yeah, we kind of came up with like, you know, this kind of time frame as a as like an episode length. It's not really set in stone. It's also too just kind of like that universal moment where like below an hour is easier from like a computer rendering perspective, you know, especially when it comes to the like high quality files that these guys are, right? Okay. Oh, you know what I wanted to do was use the Central Park. Oh my goodness, I even looked at it and everything. I didn't even. Oh boy. Well, is it too late? I wonder. Where'd you go? Because we can maybe put this in at the, oh, there it is, at the train station. Like that can go in here, you know? How do we do this? Now, this may have to be another, work on another pass, you know? You know what? For the moment, though, oh, I don't want to lose the river. What does this look like here? So what happens if we bring the trains high enough so that they don't clip over the trees? Or sorry, yeah, don't clip through the trees, they go over top. And then what if we terraform just the amount that we need to make it look like the train and the waterfront and everything just like blend? Let's give that a try. I'm willing to abandon it if it doesn't look nice, but I think we can make this work, eh? And I have this urge to use that asset. I love it so much. Okay, that's not bad through there. And you know, as far as noise goes, I don't think the park would mind having like a train route right over top, right? And that clickety-clack might sound kind of nice from an ASMR perspective if you're out there reading a book or something, you know? People in Chicago rolling their eyes, be like, listen, careful, elevator rail's a little loud. Nah, it's not so bad, is it? Okay, so that's nice. And then I think like a taller profile actually fits this side a little bit more nicely as well, right? So inadvertently we've done something great here. And yeah, just a little bit of commercial zoning in here where the market is. And again, that helps with the density going up kind of vibe, which is cool. Bring that in. Let's not block the view. And just a little more shopping in here. This can be a bit more of a tree pocket at the end of the residential. I'm not really worried about the final touches just yet. I know we have at least like one more pass, you know? So I'm not going to be like, oh, this area's finished or anything, but I do want to have like a bit more of that like completion kind of feel to it. Okay, so what have we done here to ruin the pass of all of this, I wonder? Where's my fishing routes? Classic, of course. Classic. Now, can we move the route with Move It mod, I wonder? Oh, we can't. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So let's bring this through. You know what? Let's play it safe. Let's bring him out. Or, hold on, hold the phone here. What are you even doing at this point? Okay. What we're going to do is put the harbor, little natural harbor area here, a little bit further down. And then this can be a land action. And then a little natural, what would you call that? Like inlet peninsula thing? Okay, so we'll curve that in. So the fishing is good in this little bay right here. And then we'll use the Move It mod to make sure that the boats don't go off-road. They're not hovercraft, my friend. Okay, so back to this. I thought so. Okay, we'll pack our patience. We'll do this nice and slow. Worth obviously doing, otherwise, oh my goodness, realism out the door. Okay, so pull that all down. Okay, there we go. And then we'll have them go into the bay over here. And then we'll have to turn around and just exit through this narrow part again. And then I'll show you guys something kind of cool we can do in a second. And then I think we'll just do, yeah, one little overview of the of what we've accomplished today. And then we'll wrap it up. And that'll be most likely. I don't think I can get one more episode in before I have to pass a save on. I think I kind of borked my my time for this week. And again, I appreciate the patience, guys. I was a bit all over the place, and like I think I recorded the last episode too fast, you know, before like the comments and stuff came in. It's tough too, all of it, you know. But it's just been a great, just all of this, you know. So I appreciate you guys being around. Now, who do you belong to, eh? There's a question for later. That could just be a little bit borked, so we'll make that look a bit smoother. Okay, so that's much more believable. Put that on 3-speed. No clipping. Let's get rid of some of the trees here in the water. There you go. Cool. And then, yeah, let's just fill this in just for the moment until we get another pass at it, and then some more attempts at making it feel more like a walkable area as well. And then connect these roads up. casual zoning. Excellent. Oh, and I remembered not to use the anarchy right there too, so that's great. Okay, curve this, please. And maybe that can be a dead end there. Okay, so let's get some mixed use through here. Let's get people living in this little pocket, because we do have some residential, so we got some services and stuff we can share. Don't think we need this power line as close anymore. Classic, of course we do. Okay, so transition down. These lucky people living right next to this, eh? You know, we'll give them a chance to live on both sides of the street here. I think traffic can handle that, right? There you go. That's not bad, right? It's just starting to feel a lot more complete. I'm loving that we're getting some tall buildings in too. I think we can probably do another pass of those somewhere throughout. We got another area in here we can definitely build up. Possibly some industrial stuff, maybe like a factory or something, one of the unique buildings. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, guys, I feel like I've gone way over on my time. I want to keep going. My poor computer's going to hate me when I try to render this one. It's already a long one. But yeah, things we've done. We fixed the rail. We managed to hopefully fix the airport. Sort of. Oh, dear God. You know what? This is a bit of a work in progress. I don't even know what to tell you, my friends, but just hopefully this sorts itself out. Now, it could just be a volume-based issue. Things like that are definitely not helping too, you know what I mean? So, really, really quick, since we've got apparently all the time in the world to do this kind of stuff. We don't. Let's see if we can fix maybe one or two things here. And we can also do the old trick where we... Yeah, okay, this has already been done. I'm running out of ideas. No, we'll just leave this be. We'll have to have Biffa work his magic on this. But that will be it for today. So minus the area here, I think we've done good. We got some transit running in this part of town. We got the trains linked up, which is great. So they're going to go from region to region. They'll talk to each other, which is really handy. All talking to the main one. Yeah, we done good. And did we did not, did we? Oh, we did fix this. Oh, we did. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, now I know it's been too long of an episode. I can't even remember what we've done. So that's it. Imperial Jedi signing off for the day. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you got a smile on your face, guys. Thank you for real. You guys have been awesome. We're introduced to a lot of new people here too, and the comments and the support have just been like wonderful. And I really do want to make a lot more content. I know it's kind of silly. I just talk like this forever, and then I disappear for like 5 weeks, you know. But we'll see ya when we see ya, and I know it's going to be sooner than then. So appreciate it very much. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys again. And a happy building if you're trying to follow alongside and just building with us on a second monitor. Hope your city's treating you well. All right, guys, we'll see you later. I could ramble on forever, so I'll just leave it like this. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later. Adios.